Every Monday morning for 10 straight years, a black company tow truck stopped outside the same tiny garage on the edge of town and unloaded another impossible engine. No explanation. No appreciation. No negotiation. Just paperwork, a deadline, and another broken machine nobody else could fix. The powerful CEO who owned the company never once stepped inside the garage. To her, it was just another outsourced repair point on a spreadsheet. But to the single father working there alone, those engines paid for school lunches, rent, electricity, and the fragile future of the little girl depending on him. Then one rainy morning, the black tow truck never arrived. Instead, luxury cars pulled up outside his garage, and the same CEO who had ignored him for a decade walked in looking like her entire empire had just fallen apart. Before we continue, if you believe hard work, second chances, and hidden talent deserve recognition, please like this video, comment where you're watching from, share this story with someone who needs motivation today, and subscribe to Moments Hub for more emotional stories that stay with you long after they end. Nathan Cole was 38 years old and had hands that permanently smelled of oil, metal, and engine cleaner. Broad shoulders. Tired eyes. Dark brown hair always slightly messy. Light stubble. Calloused hands. The kind of man life had clearly tested repeatedly. But never defeated. His garage sat on a neglected road outside a manufacturing district where bigger businesses rarely bothered looking. Small sign. Faded paint. A cracked office window. A single repair bay. Not impressive. But inside, Nathan performed mechanical miracles daily. He had an unusual ability to understand engines almost instinctively. He listened to them like other people listen to music. Tiny sounds. Subtle resistance. Patterns of failure invisible to most technicians. Machines trusted him. People eventually did too. But talent alone hadn't made life easy. 8 years earlier, Nathan lost his wife, Emily, to a sudden illness that shattered his world and left him raising their daughter Sophie alone. At the time, Sophie was only 4. Now she was 12. Bright. Kind. Quietly mature in the way children often become after early loss. Nathan rebuilt life through discipline and exhaustion. Wake early. Pack lunch. School drop-off. Repair work. School pickup. Homework supervision. Dinner. Late-night repairs. Repeat. No luxury. No vacations. No backup plan. Only consistency. And those Monday engine deliveries. 10 years earlier, before tragedy reshaped his life, Nathan had been a senior powertrain engineer at Titan Automotive, a respected vehicle manufacturing company led by rising executive Olivia Bennett. Back then, Nathan believed he was building a meaningful career. He helped design performance systems, troubleshoot manufacturing failures, and improve engine reliability. He loved the work. But corporate restructuring changed everything. Departments consolidated. Costs optimized. Specialists reduced. Nathan's division was outsourced. He lost his role shortly before Emily became ill. Medical bills consumed savings rapidly. His professional life collapsed almost simultaneously with his personal one. Eventually, Nathan converted his late father's old repair shop into a survival strategy. A modest garage. Local repairs. Commercial contracts. Anything that kept the lights on. Then unexpectedly, Titan Automotive became his biggest recurring client. Every Monday. Broken engines arrived. Usually failed prototypes, rejected systems, or manufacturing anomalies too time-consuming for internal teams. No context. No gratitude. Just invoices. Repair authorization. Pickup deadlines. Nathan accepted every job. Not because he enjoyed being treated impersonally. Because the contract paid reliably. And reliability matters when a child depends on you. For 10 years, Olivia Bennet never noticed him. Or perhaps never bothered to. At 36, Olivia was among the youngest CEOs in automotive manufacturing history. Brilliant. Strategic. Ambitious. Publicly admired for transforming Titan Automotive into a global competitor. Magazine covers celebrated her innovation. Investors praised her aggressive expansion. Competitors feared her precision. But internally, Titan had changed. Faster growth introduced cultural decay. Corners cut. Supplier shortcuts. Internal politics. Leadership distance. Efficiency prioritized over long-term stability. And eventually, hidden weaknesses matured into crisis. It began quietly. A product recall. Then another. Manufacturing inconsistencies. Supplier investigations. Safety concerns. Investor pressure. Legal complications. Public trust deteriorating. Within months, Titan Automotive spiraled. Stock decline accelerated. Contracts froze. Board members panicked. Executives resigned strategically. And suddenly Olivia's carefully engineered empire felt dangerously unstable. For the first time in years, she was forced into operational reality. Not boardroom theory. Actual technical failure. One late-night emergency meeting revealed an uncomfortable truth. Many of Titan's recurring engine failures had been quietly resolved for years by one independent contractor. A contractor whose repair success rates dramatically exceeded internal teams. A contractor preserving functionality across countless abandoned projects. A contractor Titan had consistently underappreciated. Name: Nathan Cole. Garage address attached. Olivia stared at the file. 10 years. Dozens of salvaged systems. Millions in indirect savings. No personal contact. No relationship. No strategic partnership. Just weekly deliveries. A decade of overlooked dependence. The realization was humiliating. And urgent. Because Titan's newest flagship engine platform had catastrophically failed. Again. This time at scale. If unresolved quickly, the company might not survive financially. So on a rainy Thursday morning, Olivia personally visited Nathan's garage. No press. No assistants. No executive entourage. Just one exhausted CEO stepping out of a black sedan into puddles outside a tiny building she should have noticed years earlier. Inside, Nathan was repairing a transmission while Sophie completed homework at a small desk near the office heater. Their life was visibly modest. Organized. Functional. Earned. Olivia entered quietly. Nathan looked up. Recognition was immediate. Not because he had ever met her personally. Because everyone in his industry knew Olivia Bennet's face. There was a brief silence heavy with irony. The woman whose company had dumped broken engines at his door for 10 years was now standing in his garage asking for help. Not through paperwork. Personally. Olivia explained the situation honestly. Perhaps for the first time in a long while, without executive polish. Titan was collapsing. Internal teams were overwhelmed. The newest platform was failing. The board was considering drastic restructuring. Thousands of jobs hung in uncertainty. She needed expertise. Real expertise. Nathan listened quietly. Not vindictive. Not smug. Just thoughtful. He glanced briefly toward Sophie. Then back to Olivia. The emotional complexity was impossible to ignore. This company had indirectly sustained his garage financially. but also symbolized a system that once discarded him when life was already collapsing. Yet now, people far beyond Olivia were affected. Employees, families, workers with children, individuals depending on Titan's survival. Nathan understood that kind of responsibility intimately. So he agreed to review the engine. Not for revenge. Not for ego. For practical reasons. And perhaps because integrity often survives where bitterness cannot. Over the following weeks, Nathan worked closely with Titan's technical teams. What he found was alarming but fixable. Design shortcuts. Supplier inconsistency. Over-engineered systems compensating for poor foundational decisions. He simplified. Corrected. Rebuilt. Stabilized. Not dramatically. Methodically. The same way he rebuilt every broken thing in his life. One honest repair at a time. Olivia observed him constantly during this period. Not just his technical brilliance, but his character. His patience teaching younger engineers. His discipline balancing work around Sophie's school schedule. His refusal to overcomplicate problems for prestige. His complete lack of interest in corporate performance politics. Nathan represented something Titan had gradually lost. Substance. Competence. Humility. One evening after a 14-hour repair session, Olivia visited Nathan's garage again. Not for business. To understand. She saw Sophie helping organize invoices. Nathan cleaning tools. Dinner warming in a small microwave. An ordinary life built from resilience rather than convenience. It affected her deeply. For years, Olivia optimized systems while overlooking people. Nathan forced confrontation with that blind spot. Eventually Titan's flagship platform stabilized. Crisis slowed. Investor confidence partially recovered. Board panic softened. The company survived. Not perfectly. But genuinely. And Olivia made a decision many considered surprising. She offered Nathan a senior engineering leadership role with unusual flexibility, allowing him to remain present for Sophie. Not as symbolic charity. As strategic necessity. He accepted only after ensuring conditions aligned with his life. No unnecessary travel. Flexible hours. Meaningful authority. Real technical influence. Before we reach the ending, comment below. Do you think companies often overlook their most valuable people until it's almost too late? Months later, Monday mornings look different. No anonymous tow trucks. No cold paperwork. Instead, Titan and Nathan's garage developed a real partnership. Collaborative. Respectful. Human. Sophie now proudly told classmates her dad helps save car companies. Not entirely inaccurate. Olivia sometimes visited the garage without agenda. Just conversation. Coffee. Perspective. She had finally learned what 10 years of spreadsheets failed to teach her. Companies do not survive solely through scale, branding, or executive confidence. They survive because somewhere, often unnoticed, someone still cares enough to fix what others gave up on. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, leave a meaningful comment, share it with someone who needs encouragement today, and subscribe to Moments Hub for more emotional stories about talent, resilience, and second chances. Sometimes the person saving your company has been quietly carrying it all along.